Hello everyone, my name is Sam Mueller. I'm sitting here together with a number of newly assigned district apostle helpers. Joining me now is Apostle Stefan Pöschel, a newly assigned district apostle helper in Western Germany. Like 99% of the ministers of our church, you have worked as a volunteer for the church up until now. What experiences do you take from this for the upcoming transition into full-time work? And how difficult was it for you to give up your profession?
It's true. I'm a volunteer since I'm 18 years old. It means longer than 35 years working as a volunteer for the church, and it was really always a quite good time for me, also to combine it with a job. And yeah, what volunteers mean for the church, it's a backbone of the church. We cannot exist in our church without volunteers, and that means not only in soul care or proclaiming the word of God. It means also teaching matters. It means doing services around our buildings, and so on and so on. It's of course we have changes in time. It's same. It was the same with me. The time which you can spend for voluntary works maybe becomes smaller, but we can answer. We should concentrate ourselves on the main tasks, on that what our church made great in the past, and we should concentrate and focus ourselves on it. That's what my answer is for this question. So what you asked me, what does it mean for me to give up my job and to change into a job for the church? To be honest, it was not, and it is not very easy for me, because I love my job, and that means also I'm convinced where you are, you have a task, and you should fulfill your task. And for me, it always you should be authentic where you are and what you do. So it's not easy for me, but I will do it also with a great love in the coming job.
Here, you already have had leadership responsibilities in your professional life, and you will have even more in your church activities. Which experiences and approaches would you like to take with you from your professional life, and which would you rather leave behind?
As I mentioned, to be and to remain authentic in everything you do, or let's say with other words, you should always do what you say, and you say what you do. Be open, be interested, be respectful with the others. That's, I think, what you can take with you. And what to leave behind? In the business world, sometimes it's extremely focused on numbers and figures, or words like only the result counts, and that's something totally different in the work of God.
Yeah. Along with your assignment, you have also been designated as the expected successor to your district apostle. How did that feel, and how did the ministers and members react?
I can remember exactly the evening when our district apostle Rainer Stork visited us in February last year at home, and he involved us in the upcoming plans. And in the very first beginning, we thought it is impossible. It could not work. But sometimes later, and many prayers later, we said, let's come back to our life experience. If God is there, and I'm convinced God is there, He will help us to fulfill. Let's do it with humbleness. Let's do it with the knowledge God has given us so much in our life. He lifted us up in difficult times. He gave us everything which we have. And so we came to the conclusion we want to give back a little bit of that God has given to us until now. And the reactions of members and ministers in the church, positive. They granted us to assist us by prayers and active work. I received many mails, WhatsApps and personal messages, and I'm really thankful it. And that's also, let me say, what I want to finalize in our interview. I want to say to every woman and to every man in our church, if God needs you, if God calls you, say yes, because He will be there and He will be very near to you. And don't think it's impossible, because the work which is done by God, and you are a tool in His hand.